Lesson 8.9, Write Inequalities. So for this, remember, you'll want to refer to your math keyword resource. The highest temperature ever recorded at the South Pole was 8 degrees Fahrenheit. Write an inequality to show that the temperature T in degrees Fahrenheit at the South Pole is less than or equal to 8 degrees Fahrenheit. Underline the words that tell you which inequality symbol to use. So less than or equal to. Will you use an equal sign in your inequality? Yes. Because part of the underlined section says equal to. Okay, so write an inequality for the situation. So T represents the temperature, less than or equal to 8 degrees Fahrenheit. So an inequality that describes the temperature T in degrees Fahrenheit at the South Pole is T is less than or equal to 8. The directors of an animal shelter need to raise more than $50,000 during a fundraiser. Write an inequality that represents the amount of money, M, in dollars that the directors need to raise. So we have M for the amount of money is more than $50,000. So an inequality that describes the amount of money, M, in dollars is M is greater than $50,000. Example 1. Write an inequality for the word sentence. Tell what type of numbers the variable in the inequality can represent. The weight is less than 3.5 pounds. So think. Let W represent the unknown weight in pounds. So the weight, W, is less than 3.5 pounds, where W is a positive number. B, there must be at least 65 police officers on duty. Let P represent the number of police officers. The phrase at least is equivalent to is greater than or equal to. So the number of police officers is greater than or equal to 65, where P is a positive number. The reason why we're saying positive is because you can't have less than 0 police officers. You can't have less than 0 pounds, so it can't be a negative number. Write 2-word sentences for the inequality. So N is less than or equal to 0.3. N is no more than 0.3. A is greater than -4. A is more. Sorry, still trying to make sure I got this part of it right. So N is no more than 0.3. Yeah. Okay, So you're doing numbers 1 through 5. Number 1, write an inequality for the word sentence, the temperature T is less than -2 degrees Celsius. What inequality symbol does the phrase is less than indicate? Putting it on the line. The inequality is blank, blank, where T is the blank in degrees Celsius. Then for numbers 2 and 3, you're going to write the inequality for the word sentence. Tell what type of numbers the variable in the inequality can represent. So they're trying to figure out whether it can be positive or negative or both. So write a word sentence. Number 2 is the elevation E is greater than or equal to 15 meters. Number 3, a passenger's age A must be more than 4 years. Write a word sentence for the inequality. So number 4, we're looking at this inequality. Number 5, we're looking at this inequality. And then your last part is to connect the reading. So make generalizations. The reading skill make generalization can help you write inequalities to represent situations. A generalization is a statement that is true about a group of facts. Sea otters spend almost their entire lives in the ocean. Their thick fur helps them to stay warm in cold water. Sea otters often float together in groups called rafts. A team of biologists weighed the female sea otters in one raft off the coast of Alaska. The chart shows their results. So, write 2 inequalities that represent the generalization of the sea otter weights. So first, line the weights in pounds in order from least to greatest. They've already gotten you started with doing 50, 51, 54, but then you need to look at the rest of these to answer your questions. Okay, so next write an inequality to describe the weights by using the least weight in the list. Let W represent the weights of the otters in pounds. So the least weight is blank pounds, so all of the weights are greater than or equal to 50 pounds. And then you're putting greater than, equal to, less than, or equal to. Now write an inequality to describe the weights by using the greatest weight in the list. The greatest weight is blank pounds, so all of the weights are blank then or equal to blank pounds. And then it has you filling out that inequality sign there. So the inequalities blank and blank represent generalizations about the weights W in pounds of the otters. Number 10, use the chart at the right to write 2 inequalities that represent generalizations about the number of sea otter pups per raft. So you're looking at this table right here.